Hey, what's up guys? I'm Woodrow. Welcome to my beginner yoga series. Today we're going to work on our sun salutation A, which is just a really good way to wake your body up. I do it in the morning, you can do it whenever, but it gets into the low back, works the body as a whole, helps to build heat, helps to relax, and is a great place to start if you've never done yoga before. So find a comfortable place, maybe it's on the rug, maybe you have a mat, wherever you are, it could be outside, in the grass, somewhere comfortable. Take a big inhale. Bigger exhale. Inhale. And then let it out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Sit up a little taller and then exhale. Let it go. Relax. I always like to start on my breathing first because it helps to be present, ground you down. Next, let's get into our child's pose. So find yourself with your knees separated a little wider than hips width distance. Try to bring your big toes to touch. If they don't, it's all good. Sink your hips down, walk your hands out, and then relax your forehead against the mat or the ground, whatever you're working with. From here, start to wiggle it out side to side, kind of like you're making some micro movements here. Trying to move the body as a whole. Maybe lift your head up just to explore how you're feeling. Maybe you walk your hands forward. Take a big inhale through your nose. And then let go through your mouth. See if you can sink your hips a little lower and walk your hands out a little farther in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Now we're going to come into our tabletop position, so stack your shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees. Continuing to move and sway here slightly. Really enjoying the movement. Start to bend one of your elbows and let your head drop down. And then as you bend the other, notice what happens to your shoulders. Maybe your hips follow. Maybe you've just found a moment of stillness with your gaze in front of you. Spine's long, extending from the crown of your head through your tailbone. Maybe you tuck your tailbone a little bit just to see how that feels. And then continue to wiggle it out. This is our tabletop position. Your table might look more like a lazy Susan, so just roll it out. It's all good either way. But if you were taking some big circles one way here, just reverse it. See if you can relax a little more and go the other way. Awesome. Take a big inhale. And then when you exhale, push your hands into the mat, spread your fingers, and then flip your toes over, lift your hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. You might have to walk your hands out in front of you a little bit, and then slowly start to bend one of your knees at a time as you straighten the other, kind of like you're walking your dog out here. Weights in each one of the knuckles of your hands. Maybe you lift your wrists just to see how that feels. Continuing to breathe, relax your head, relax your neck. No tensions allowed here. Just relax your face, let it all go. Inhale, come onto the tips of your toes, and then exhale, try to relax by bending your knees and letting your heels go towards the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't worry about those heels coming all the way to the mat, it's all good. Now bend your knees a ton, then lift your tailbone up. Try to get a straight spine if you can. Relax and breathe out. Awesome. Take a look at your thumbs, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, walk your feet up, real gentle like, up until they're right at the base of the hands. Hinge at your hips, bend your knees, let your head hang heavy, coming into our forward fold here. Embrace each one of your elbows, sway side to side, just getting into our low back. It's more important here that our knees are bent so our torso can rest upon the tops of our thighs. And then just rock side to side. If you had a grip one way, reverse it and go the other. Continue to breathe. Release your face. Maybe you shake your head out, yes and no. Now if your elbows were gripped, relax them down. Let your head go. Now right where your feet are, we're going to leave them. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, on our inhale, rise all the way up to stand, head comes up last. Exhale, relax your shoulders down your back and shake it out. Awesome. Check in with yourself, make sure you're doing all right. Take a big inhale, lift your hands up over your head. And then exhale your hands to heart center, and then just melt on forward, real relaxed, letting it all go. Bend your knees. Inhale to a flat back with your hands on your shins. That line of energy, like in tabletop, from the crown of the head extends back through the tailbone. And then exhale, plant your hands, step one foot back at a time. Come into your high plank. Put a little movement in your high plank here and pull your belly button in towards your spine a little bit. This will protect your low back. Extend with the backs of the knees towards the ceiling. Hold it for a count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Take an inhale, look at your thumbs. And then exhale, walk your feet up to meet each other so your big toes touch this time. Relax your head down. Might be a little bit harder to balance with our feet put together, but just experiment and see how you feel. You can always keep them hips width distance, but this is just to grow further. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand. Hands come up above your head. Maybe you smile, go back a little bit, and then exhale, come through heart center, and just relax all the way down, using as little effort as possible. Inhale, straighten your spine, pull your shoulder blades back. And then exhale, step the opposite foot you stepped back last time, coming into your high plank. Now from our high plank, make sure you're in a comfortable position. Maybe you're moving a little bit here. Remember, if you add movement, you can do this for a lot longer than if you were just stiff. Take a big inhale, come onto the tips of the toes. Lean forward, and then as you exhale, hug the elbows in towards your ribcage and come on down. Once the elbows touch, flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Since we're just getting into the yoga basics here, if this doesn't feel good on your low back, you can always come all the way down to your stomach instead of doing the plank. So what I mean is, when you come up to this plank right here, if this doesn't feel really good, you can always drop to your knees. And if this really doesn't feel good, just come all the way down to your stomach and wait. If there's a lot of pressure in your low back and it's really tight, not feeling good, don't do upward facing dog. I just want you to do your baby cobra. How you do that is you place your hands underneath your shoulders, take an inhale, lift your head up, keep it down to protect your neck. And then exhale, relax all the way down. Push up, and then meet us in downward facing dog. Now, if downward facing dog doesn't feel good on your wrists, you can always just go to child's pose, which is totally fine. So instead of coming up and going to down dog from your plank, you would just come from here, maybe your knees are down, and you just relax your hips back in child's pose. Child's pose is your bread and butter here. You can go to child's pose at any point during your practice that you want. That includes at work, at the supermarket, hanging out at dinner with the kids. Does not matter. You can do child's pose wherever. People might look at you weird, but it doesn't matter because you're tuning in with your breath. The most advanced practitioners of yoga are the ones that are in tune with their body. They're in tune with how they feel. So if you start to notice your breath leaving you, just take child's pose. It's all good. And if they judge you, just tell them, look at my yoga channel. It's all good. Respect. So let's start back in our downward facing dog. Wagging our tails a little bit, side to side. Inhale, look forward, come into your high plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down. If this feels okay for your elbows, once they touch the ribcage, flip to the tops of your feet. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. And then exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Remember, it's your body, you know how you feel. Just explore, we're having fun. It's just yoga. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, walk your feet up to meet. Shake it out. Whatever felt good for you before, take that. Maybe your feet are separated 2 fist width distance. Maybe they're together, big toes touching. It does not matter. Shake it out. And then take an inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Shake it out. Remembering not to be too serious. Inhale, hands up. And then exhale, maybe tee your arms out to the side, dive on forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step 1 foot back at a time. High to low plank. Or all the way to your stomach, if that feels okay for you. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Or you meet us in child's pose. If you took down dog, pause there for a moment. And let's all come down to our child's pose. Inhale deep. Exhale deeper. Inhale. Exhale. One more time now. Biggest inhale you can. Pause. And then exhale, let it go. Now that series is all about building heat, waking your body up. If you're getting too much heat and you're feeling lightheaded, it's all good. Just chill out in child's pose, maybe drink some water. Just know that all you have to do is focus on your breath. If you don't feel good, child's pose is always available for you. Just continue to breathe. If there's way too much heat going on, just focus on your exhale being longer than your inhale and breathe out through your mouth. So if you breathe in with your nose, breathe out through your mouth. This will be like a ventilation for your body. If you want to retain heat, just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe below for more videos. Love you all. Peace.